At the beginning of the movie, we see Ayla wake up from her sleep and hear a noise. So she goes outside to see where the noise is. Then she quickly closes the door scared and returns to her bed. Suddenly, she sees an old man, and he tells her that she can talk from now on and that she will not be able to breathe. Then he lets her breathe, and she asks him how he knew her name. But he does not answer her and asks her if he wants to hear anything important. Then Ayla wakes up from her sleep and does not find anyone in her room, but suddenly a man returns and lifts her up in the air and tells her that she is attached to her father. Then we see her father Theo wake up and go to Ayla's room to check on her. The next day, when Theo tries to visit Susanna on the filming location, he prevents him from entering. While he is waiting for permission, he hears Susanna doing an indecent scene, and it is clear that he is upset. Then Susanna apologizes to him and tells him that she put him on the authorized representative, and he tells him that the security guard recognized him and prevented him from entering. Susanna gets annoyed and tells him that he is the one who considers him dangerous. After a while, they book a vacation with Paul and arrive at the house where they will spend their vacation. They find the house big and they like it a lot, but Susanna notices that there is no network in the house. At night, when Ayla is playing in a room, she sees a shadow on the wall. At that time, he reaches there. Ayla tries to tell him about this shadow. When Viola goes down, he tries to turn off the light, but it doesn't turn off. He tries all the keys, but none of them work. At that time, Susanna is looking at her laptop, and Viola notices a door. He enters through it into a room and turns off the light there. He notices that there is another open door. When he goes there, he finds a strange image, but he ignores it and leaves. After he comes out, he sees that the light is back on again. He goes to Susanna and tells her that he is downstairs in a large corridor. He sleeps and notices the speed of time passing during the period. The next morning, he has a strange dream, and when he wakes up, he finds a note saying that Susanna and Ayla went for a walk. And when Theo is writing in his diary, Ayla asks Susanna why people hate Theo. So she explains to Susanna that instead of Caroline, Theo's first wife, drowning in the bathtub, and people suspected that he killed her, and because he was a wealthy banker, many people were interested in his case. And when the trials were held, he appeared on TV and became somewhat famous, despite the fact that they were convicted in court. After that, Theo visits the city to buy some things, and the store owner asks him if he went to congratulate him. And when he asks him if he met Stiller, Theo assumes it was him. The owner of the house, in a strange way, gives him a geometric series and tells him to measure the correct angles. When he goes out, he sees a woman standing next to his car and asks him how he found the house. He tells her on the internet. When he returns home, he discovers that Ayla found out about the matter. After that, he tells Susanna that it was his story. He knew exactly what he wanted to say to Ayla when the time came. Then the two of them argue here, and we find out that neither of them made the reservation. Each of them thinks that the other one did this. He struggles with feelings of jealousy and distrust toward Susanna. At night, when she is taking a shower, he checks the messages on his mobile and laptop, but he does not find anything. When she comes out, he apologizes to him and tells him that she was right and that she treated Ayla well, better than he could have been. After that, we see in him what if he was able to sleep at night. So he sits and contemplates, and a strange vision comes, and he suddenly wakes up. After that, he turns over the diary and sees a sentence like, "You have to leave now." When he goes up behind him, his reflection in the mirror moves, and when he opens the door, he finds a staircase. And when he goes down, he sees a person standing. Then he finds an old house, and we see a person passing behind him, and after he walks a little, he comes back and sees a person standing and not responding to him. Then he finds Ayla's toy there, and Ayla on the ground and unconscious in an adjacent room. So he gets her out of there and tries to wake her up and starts telling himself that this is the dream and tries to wake himself up, and she curses herself with a bottle. She wakes up from her sleep. Then he goes to that room with Susanna and tells her that there is another door directly behind the office. So she goes to the stairs, and there was a strange kind of hall. Then he goes to the laundry room and shows her the picture and tells her that it was in his dream. So Susanna says that he might have seen it before. That's why it appeared in his dream. So he asks her if she remembers that he woke up and went out to the bedroom. So she tells him no. The next morning when Theo is seeing Susanna and Ayla they play outside, and he sends her a text message. At the same time he sees Susanna taking out her mobile phone and feels its vibration on the kitchen table and finds a mobile phone that matches a message on the screen. After he finds out that she has a secret mobile phone, he thinks that she was cheating on him and opens his diary again and sees that someone wrote, "You should have left, and now it's too late." He goes to Susanna and gives her his mobile phone again. She confesses to having a relationship with another actor named Max and asks her if he is here because someone wrote in his diary. She tells him that he is in New York. They both enter here arguing, and Theo asks us to leave. After that, she tells Theo's family that she is not comfortable being here and that she is having strange dreams and is in a bad mood. Theo tells her that as soon as her mother returns in the car, they will go back home. He notices the water on the floor and checks the angle between the wall and the floor using the drawing triangle that the store owner gave him. After that, he goes to the kitchen with the measuring tape and goes out to complete his despair and finds the inside is 5 feet bigger than the outside. Then a family tells him that it is cold, and he tells her to wear jackets. He sees her inside the house and passes through one of the doormen, but she does not come out from the other side. So Theo goes to look for her and finds her jackets on the floor. He thinks that she is playing hide and seek with him, but after searching for a long time and not finding her, he starts to worry. We see a family on one side. She is looking for him again. Then we see Theo return to the kitchen through the door, but he starts to come out shocked, and it is clear that the two of them are going through a separate vision in the dream world. Then Theo finds the third door again, and when he enters, the door closes automatically, and we see that a family saw a woman lying flat in the bathtub. And when she approaches her suddenly, she moves, and a family is shocked by the person, and Theo hears a scream and grabs this person, but the family runs away from there in fear of him. Then Theo hears that a family is asking for help, so he breaks one of the doors and returns to the house and finds a family crying on the stairs. After Theo takes them, he calls Susanna and wants her to come back and take him and the family far away, but his mobile is off. Then he calls the store owner and asks him if he knows of any taxi services in the area. So the store owner tells him that there are none. And during this, a picture appears on the wall. Then he starts talking to the store owner about the house in a mysterious way and says that the devil is collecting souls from there. And he tells him that people have always stayed in this house and some have not left, and now Theo sees 2 more pictures on the wall. Then the store owner ends the call. Theo and his family decide to go to the city on foot, but after he leaves the house, they find that there is a mysterious figure watching them from inside, and after a while they discover that they have returned to the same house, and they are very shocked. And it is not Ayla who started to return to this house. And he explains to Theo that they have no other choice because they do not know how to get out of here, and when he is sleeping, he starts hearing whispers. Then he goes to the bathroom and closes the door by itself. Then he enters the world of dreams again and sees a bathtub with water flowing from it. And when Carolina attacks him, he gets very scared. But the whole thing is just a vision. After that, he runs away from there and enters a room and sees himself in a vision and sees himself leaving and writes in his diary, "You must leave." After that, he sees himself and Susanna in the past. As soon as they arrive at the house, he meets Statler and asks him where Ayla is. Statler asks him, "Where do you belong?" At that time he hears Ayla's voice and starts looking for her and sees Ayla's shadow on the wall. Theo tells him to leave her and quarrels with him, but Statler tells him that the sins of the fathers fall on the children. After that, he takes Theo's form and tells him that he will return Ayla on one condition, that he does what he must do. Ayla returns and Theo reassures him. Then Susanna comes there and he gives her Ayla. She asks him if he will go with them, and he tells him that he will never let her go. Finally, he confesses the true circumstances if his first wife had passed away, and says that he did not kill her. But he was also not happy when she was drowning, and he kept looking at her while she was dying, because he was miserable with her for a long time, and he said he accepts that he belongs to the house. After that, we see Theo's soul trapped in the house, and he discovers that he was the one who was seeing himself when he and his family were leaving last night, and in the voice of the store owner, who says that there are people who do not leave the house, and that the place finds them anyway. And the movie ends. And here, the story of the movie ends. And if you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new